back with another episode of everyone's favorite post-interview show, Behind the Chaos. I need no introduction, but in case you need a reminder, I'm your host, Emily Campbell. Tonight, I'm with our most recent loser. She has her mother's eyes and agent. Of course, I'm talking about Ivy.
Hey, Emily. While I certainly appreciate the enthusiastic intro, my mother and I actually don't share an agent. I'm still looking for the perfect agency for theater to sign with. As for on-screen acting, I've only recently started to dip my toes into the film world, so no rush there.
Spoken like someone who's been PR trained with an iron fist. Anyway, let's talk about your work. Does that clip of you playing guitar ring any bells? You don't mean to tell me those hands have calluses.
Oh, no. I don't play guitar. The clip was actually from rehearsal for a jukebox musical I was in at the time called Jam Session. That production sure was my jam. But I do think that clip circulating left some people a smidge confused about my actual profession.
A smidge? Try a lot. What are you technically? An actress? Rock star? Flighty extra?
I'm primarily a theater actress with a focus on musical theater.
So, not famous.
Oh, if you're asking if I have Hollywood celebrity status, no, definitely not. My career has mainly been on stage, in the regional theaters of Glendale and the surrounding area. I did a toothpaste commercial once, and in the past few years, I've booked some small supporting roles in movies. But on-screen work is more my parents' style, particularly my Anya. My mother, I mean. That's, what I call her. It's Hungarian.
I'm sure your Anya was so ecstatic to hear you wanted to focus on the stage. A place for those with true talent. And Beanie Feldstein.
She really wants me to follow in her footsteps for film, actually. She has strong opinions and expects things to be done a certain way or else it's not satisfactory. I mean, I get it. It's how she got far in her career, and I know she just wants me to succeed in her own way. My appa, too. They sacrificed a lot for me to achieve my dreams, you know? With making their careers a second priority, leaving Hungary, and investing so much into my coaching, I don't take that for granted. I just wish it were easier to repay them. I want to achieve something that makes them proud, but I admit it's hard to do so from under their shadow. So if I show them I can excel with everything I've learned, maybe things will change.
Unfortunately, winning a reality show is getting crossed off your list of ways to make the parents proud. Speaking of, how about we move on to your time on the show, where you made a grand entrance by throwing shade at our previous winner, Rhea. I've seen the tweets, and for your sake, I won't be showing them. But let me tell you, some fans were not happy.
I never threw shade at Rhea. When did... No, I was talking about perception of actors as a whole. It wasn't about anyone specifically, it was about how people see us, especially those of us in Hollywood. I know how reality shows work, and I know that viewers often don't give actors a chance on them. Look, I genuinely admire Rhea as an actor. I mean, her method acting skills could give Austin Butler a run for his money. As a viewer, sometimes her game was good, sometimes it wasn't. But I have no ill will towards her.
Good game or not, she still won. Meanwhile, you're here. Our last pre-merger.
Right, of course. Wait. Last pre-merger? You mean I was one elimination away from getting to finally talk to Anastasia? I mean, from branching out to the next level of the game?
Smooth. And saves me from having to ask who else you would have made an alliance with, even if that someone dislocated your shoulder.
Yeah, she did, didn't she? If anyone had to dislocate my shoulder, there's worse people to do so than a gorgeous model, right? Besides, it's not like she did it on purpose. I think I just happened to be standing there, and she just happens to be really strong.
Jeez, keep it in your pants. So, anyone else you would have branched out to?
Whoa, first off, keep it in my pants. Why do so many people always say that to me when I'm just appreciating women? I don't mean it like that. Oh, I think I'd know if I did. Anyway, as far as who else I would have worked with, oh, definitely Natalia. She is one to watch. A publicist with a bite? Oh, we would have made a powerful alliance together.
Ah, yes, Miss PR herself. You know, I have to wonder how she'd feel about that, seeing as her entire career is making sure people in your occupation don't say anything stupid, which maybe you do need. Sadly. Shuffling back to your own team, you certainly have made some friends and enemies. Let's talk about Benji and Hannah.
I have no hard feelings towards Benji or Hannah, I promise. I tried to be sincere with her, and honestly, I really did think she would vote our way. But while I don't agree with the move from a game standpoint, I understand why she did it.
I can say for certain that a lot of people are going to be satisfied to see Benji eliminate you, especially the Benjinators. You know, after your treatment of him earlier this season.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
Oh, the Benjinators? I think that's what they call themselves.
No, not the name. When you say my treatment of him?
It looks like a fucking stick. Try to find your peeps. Do either of those sound familiar? You know, at one point or another, it crossed over into being more condescending than comforting.
But we were joking around. Benji jokes? And I was just trying to give him advice about... I didn't mean it to be condescending. Did I really come off that harsh?
Oh, don't worry. You'll have plenty of time to watch back those moments in HD. Now let's talk about Spencer.
Pass, please.
That's not an answer. Can't you say like a sentence or something?
No, thank you.
Even after all the shit he pulled, you really have nothing to say.
That is correct.
Fair enough.
Ooh, can you ask about my vibe tribe, please?
Oh god, here we go. So, about this vibe tribe.
Oh, aren't they the best? It's pretty rare that friendships last where I'm from. And, you know, they saw parts of me that I'm not proud of, and they still stuck with me. I'm so glad I have them.
As everyone comes onto reality shows to make friends. Or, well, in your case, with Tristan, surrogate siblings.
That obvious? I never imagined that I could feel so sisterly and overprotective, but I don't know. They just felt like home somehow. I would do just about anything for them.
How noble of you. But even I gotta admit, your friendship with Tristan is very sweet. However, your romance with Zayd...
What a great guy, right? I know he has what it takes to make it all the way, and he deserves it. He's so different from the men I've dated in the industry. He's warm, authentic, patient, an amazing listener, and he can cook.
So you said. And what's next for you two lovebirds? Will we see the emergence of 5 Nepo babies?
Babies? I mean, that's a loaded question, Emily. A big question.
Yeah, I guess asking if you'll pop out children is a tad heavy-handed, even if it's what the card asked. Anyway, how about we move on to what's next after the show?
I think I'll pass that one too, if that's okay.
Fine, you get off this time. But with that, I believe that wraps up our time. I gotta say, Ivy, even if you're a C-list celeb, that was a good return to form for me. You know, seeing as I used to be an official interviewer who interviewed actual famous people. But then I got hired onto this show because I'm great at that job, only to still get fired. Oh, and let's not even mention that I put my trust into someone who I thought was my friend. But instead, they put me in jail and became my boss in the end because I guess someone out there has a twisted sense of humor, but I'm totally over it. It's fine for sure.
Whoa, that's pretty heavy. But hey, despite the circumstances, you do a great job. Really.
Whatever. Join me next time for another riveting episode of Behind the Chaos, where I'll poke and prod our next loser and shatter their dreams as I continue to drive this shitty boat.